What's up? Guess what, George? MMA news. A lot of MMA news.
Shocker.
Yeah. Do you want to talk real quick about the Shogun Henderson fight? Because
sure.
It was. I mean,
Hendo knocked him out.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and then it was over with. Yeah. So we're done talking about it.
And that was his last fight on TRT, which might be his last fight ever. Then.
Yeah.
43 years old. No more drugs.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, but
Drug
you know what?
was
Shogun just.
They both.
You know what's funny? He was loading up that right. He's loading up that right, and
you watch the video?
Yeah,
you haven't seen that shit yet?
I've seen it a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got caught, man. He got caught, and I didn't see it coming. He didn't see it coming. Nobody saw it coming, except for Dan. It's another win in his illustrious career. But enough of that. Let's talk about MMA news. You had some news that you want to talk about.
Hendricks is out with a torn bicep.
Yeah.
Weidman, however you want to say his name, him, he had to have both knees operated on for minor. Have you ever had a minor surgery? Have you ever had a minor surgery?
No, all mine have been major.
Right.
Yeah.
Put it this way.
They cleaned it up so it's considered minor. So there's no tear.
Do you go under anesthesia?
Well, yeah, if you got...
Then it's a major surgery.
Yeah,
because there's no guarantee your ass is coming back out of anesthesia.
Right, yeah, anytime.
So in my opinion, whether it's getting your teeth removed from your head, or if they're just realigning a bone or doing... If you go under anesthesia and you have to be intubated, then no, that's a major surgery.
Yeah, like for example, like when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I'm like, the guy goes, it's going to cost, I think $1,400. I'm like, for what? He goes, because we got to put you under. I'm like, do you have to put me under? And he's like, no, and I'm like, pull the fucking teeth.
So in 1926, they put a piece of leather in his mouth and he tore out his teeth.
And he pulled that shit. That's how it went down in 1926. And then the Model T came out a couple years later. Anyway.
So why, I don't see how, like I said, if you get intubated and you get anesthesia, well, it's when they shove the tube down your throat.
Right. It just sounds big. No, go ahead.
Anyway, to me, there is no minor surgery if you get intubated.
Right.
If you get intubated, it's a major surgery. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Coming from somebody who's had 1, 2, 3, and going to have his 4th in September.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Weidman's out. That backed everything up 30 days. That's going to be interesting because you had the meniscus, which is the cushioning around your knee. That's for all you people who have, when your arthritis starts to go, your meniscus, your padding, all that stuff.
Just fades.
Yeah, it starts to go away.
It's a minor surgery now, though, because it's so common.
Right, but trimming it away, that means you have less there as you get older.
Yeah.
It doesn't grow back.
Yeah, I mean, a bad meniscus, they just take it away and that fixes it. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, so then you got bone on bone. There's no padding in between that bone. So
they got to come up with some better surgeries.
I'm leg kicking the piss out of him. I am. I'm going to destroy his front leg.
That's the thing, dude. It's like so many of these residual effects from these surgeries with these athletes. You see, George and I over the years have said, man, that guy's old. You look at someone like
Hendo, Shogun.
Well, Hendo's old. Literally, he's
43.
43, but Shogun is 32. He's 32 years old. And when we say old, people are like, he's 32. We're like, we know he's 32. But look at how many fights he's had at 32 years old. He's beat the fuck up.
Who's the last UFC guy who you saw after a fight, you thought, yeah, he could fight again in 30 minutes? Because that's what they did in Pride. Yeah. They fought 2 or 3 times in one night. Yeah. And Shogun was part of that.
Yeah.
Now you look at Shogun, and after that fight, it doesn't look like he's ready to fight for 6 or 7 months.
No, and now that's how it is. It's like, the doctors say, okay, you're fucking suspended for 60, 90 days?
With no contact. And
now, that's how it should be.
Do you know who the biggest injury news came upon in the last 48 hours?
No, I'm not sure. Fill me in.
GSP.
What happened with GSP?
Tore his other ACL.
Just training?
Yep.
What's he training for? Movies?
I don't know, dude.
Track events?
Alright, whatever he's training for, he needs to back the fuck off. Because if you're blowing out your ACL in training, you need to relax.
That's the thing, dude.
I tore my ACL playing sports, so I didn't tear it training.
Yeah. I mean, we're in an age where, when I had my first hip surgery, I was like, wow, I was a little depressed. I felt like I was young. And then I had it resurface. Then I went back a couple years later to get it done, fixed. And I was like, wow. There's a lot of people in this fucking lobby my age. Between training for sports, CrossFit, any way or anything that you do to stay in shape. George, because you bang out CrossFit all the fucking time. You're like this. This hurts. My knee hurts. You're getting your shoulder done. Our bodies are just not made. Our bodies are anatomically built to walk long distances. And anytime.
That's the Indians.
Anyway, we'll get to that. You see injuries, and you see the life of the athlete going like this. You know,
it's the amount of stuff we're putting our bodies through as human beings. It's just, and it's starting to take your toll. And then you take people who are at an extremely high level, whether any sport, and you have to train to be ready to do that sport. And in the mixed martial arts, it's not singular focused training anymore. It's you have to be multidimensional, expect anything. A lot like a basketball player or a football guy. You can't just focus on doing pulling movements or pressing movements. You have to be able to move laterally and doing it under heavy loads.
Right.
And that's a lot. Your body, your knees and elbows and shoulders are not meant to carry that kind of weight, move that kind of people, and take that kind of pounding. So
especially, you know, you look at like elbows and knees, and you're using these hinge joints to blow, to strike people. And I mean, the joint, you know, especially a knee, it not only bends and it's a hinge joint, but it supports your body, and then you're using it to hit somebody hit somebody. It's just fucking,
I'm just thinking the rehab for a jaw, because that's used to blow too, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, some fucking porn stars go through that. I mean, I wonder if more porn stars end up in the lobby of fucking, do they have a prosthetic jaw now?
Take all their teeth out.
Robo Blow. Oh my god. That'd be a great name for a fucking porn, Robo Blow.
So there's our injury update in
Drop
the
your
MMA world.
trousers. I'm done. Jesus.
Oh, by the way, people liked my joke last week.
Huh?
People liked my
Last
joke.
week? You mean 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago, whatever, man.
Which joke?
The joke. The jury's out.
Oh. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was some funny